Well, the month of March starts on Sunday already, and it's a time period where we can see some birds flying back and forth for migration. And joining us today, Sarah Schott. She is the Wildlife Communications Specialist with Ohio Division of Wildlife, and to tell us more. And thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me again.
Okay, so why is this period the time for migration, and where are they going north? Are they going south? What's happening?
Yeah, sure. So in the spring, and it's going to be here, I hope, we have a bird migration. So a lot of our birds that we see in Ohio at different times of the year, they're not here year-round.
Okay.
And so there's a spring and a fall migration. And so all of these guys, birds like this, ducks, geese, little small songbirds, they are coming north. And some of them are stopping here in Ohio, but others are moving more into Canada to breed up there. So they're coming from the south, from their Florida, not always Florida, but I like to say, you know, the wintering grounds where we go to winter in Florida. But, you know, South America, things like that, and they're coming north.
So for many of them, we're just kind of like a stopping point on the way to where they want to go?
Yeah, for a lot of our birds, we're just a resting point, resting and refueling. Birds like this, the American widgeon, a lot of our waterfowl are using a lot of our wetlands in Ohio, especially along the Lake Erie shoreline. They're using there to rest and refuel, and then they keep going. We will have some waterfowl species. Obviously, we know Canada geese breed here, but we have...
They stick around all the time.
Yeah, they're here all the time. But our mallards, our wood ducks, our black ducks are some common ducks that will nest here, and we'll see them all summer long with their young, but other ones are going to breed in Canada.
All right, let's talk about this one that you brought, because you said this is one of your favorites. Tell us more.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is a common species that we see in those spring and those fall migrations. And so spring duck migration is one of my favorites too, because they look like this. This is their breeding plumage. So this widgeon has, you can kind of barely see it, but in the sunlight it's very vibrant, a very vibrant green there. And then that white patch kind of extends out a little bit more when they're in flight, and they just have some stunning contrast in the green and the white on their head as well. But they come through, and they are one of those ones that are going to go more north and nest in Canada. So we just see them for a short window of time. In the fall, they're a little bit more drab. They're not as flashy as they are this time of year, which is why I like getting them and seeing them right now.
Yeah, they've got some pretty green around their head. So is this the male or the female, or they both look the same?
Yeah, so this is the male. Great question.
So of course they look better, don't they?
They all do, yeah. Yeah, so males for ducks, they're called drakes. So this is a drake widgeon. And the hens are going to be similar in some ways, but a lot more drab. So a lot more browns, dark black, and things like that. And that is pretty stereotypical for all of our duck species. The males are going to be a lot more showy, have a lot more of those vibrant colors. Females, a little more brown, drabby on the black side. So,
right, yeah, okay. So that's pretty much their size, right, too? I mean, when we're talking about ducks, they're usually smaller than like the geese and
yes, yeah, they're much smaller. So this, I would say, you know, is an average size across our duck species. Some duck species are going to be bigger than others. Other ones are going to be much smaller. So our teal are one of our smallest duck species, and they're much smaller than this guy. An American widgeon is what is called a dabbling duck. So if you ever are, you know, out in a city park pond or something, and you see those ducks that are sticking their butts up in the air, they're dabbling underneath, and they're eating plants and different things that they can find in the water. Our larger ducks are called diving ducks, and those ones will go completely underwater, and oftentimes they're eating small fish. And so those are different ones. And we also can see those in larger lakes on Lake Erie, larger reservoirs, whereas dabbling ducks are going to be found in marshes or shallower ponds.
Okay, all right. So this is the time of year to start watching them as they're flying by. We can catch them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, very good. Well, thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.